Welcome, my brothers and sisters, my sons and daughters, to the real world with Elder George. I'm Elder George, and I'm your elder, not a religious elder, but a societal elder. I'm in my 90s, and I think that qualifies me to be your elder. In order to have a happy, healthy, and harmonious human environment, it requires spiritual awareness, gender understanding, and family focus. Now, you hear me say this in every video. And the reason I say this in every video is because our society doesn't have those things right now. We are not spiritually oriented. We are not gender aware, and we are not family focused. So what's happening? Our society is collapsing by any standard, and I'm not going to go into the details right now, but you know most of our nation now is in a state of anxiety. And we're in a state of anxiety because things aren't going right. So we have to do something to make them go right. And the things that we have to do is have a sense of responsibility to the family, race, and tribe. And we do that by being spiritually aware, have gender understanding, and family focus. This is why the scriptures call upon men to take care of women and children, widows and orphans, the elderly and infirm. Religions call upon men to do that because the primary duty of mankind is the propagation and preservation of the species. You can't ever get to know God if you're not going to survive here. So the first order of things is survival. Right? But we're no longer taught those things. Little girls aren't taught to grow up and be wives and mothers. They're taught to grow up and have careers. When I ask young girls or young women, when are you getting married, or are you planning to get married? They say things to me like, why should I do something like that? Can you imagine? Why should I do something like that? Okay. So our society is not groomed to take care of children anymore. Now, in previous videos, I mentioned the illnesses that are occurring to women in our society. Today, for a little bit, I'm going to address the illnesses that are occurring to our children. Those women who have careers and also have children, it means they're working mothers, and they send their children to preschool, in-school, and after-school programs. And those children are fed in school, sometimes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And who knows what caliber of food they're being fed. Certainly not nurturing food that their mothers would give them. Secondly, because these children are not at home and don't have an environment of love and companionship, they migrate towards gangs. And they're hoping that sex, drugs, and alcohol are going to give them the acceptance and belongingness that they were denied by not having parents at home. Most gang members end up in jail or shot dead in the streets, or both. I'd like to take this opportunity to read to you some of the tragedy that is occurring from unwed motherhood. Unwed mothers produce human catastrophes wherever it becomes common. Throughout history, unwed motherhood was condemned by the prophets and elders. They knew the results would have negative effects on the family and the tribe. Today, unwed mothers are treated as heroes and receive preferential treatment from the government. Is it any wonder that crime, violence, and disease are spreading throughout the Western world. Is it any wonder that the Western world is collapsing? There is no effective substitute for family. None. Men make families. Men make structure. Males make structure. The structure that males make are for the propagation and preservation of the species. The lion makes the pride, the stag makes the herd, the eagle makes the flock, the male baboon makes the troop, and the man makes the family. No family, no nurturing. No men, no family. No family, no nurturing. No men, no ethics. No ethics, no civilization. The task at hand is to rebuild the family. To do that requires spiritual awareness, gender understanding, and family focus. I ask that you go to my website, www.mensaction.net, and under the About Us tab, you will find an essay index. Please go to the letter F, and you will find an essay, Family, the Core of Human Civilization. I ask that you read that essay as it gives you tremendous background for this presentation. I thank you for joining us. Working together, we will survive. Dear viewer, an important part of my message is an explanation of gender, the principle of gender, and it is elaborated on in my two books, A Gender Handbook for Western Man and Dear Brothers and Sisters, Gender and Its Responsibility. The first book, Dear Brothers and Sisters, Gender and Its Responsibility, discusses the many facets of gender and points out that it is a universal principle. The second book, A Gender Handbook for Western Man, is not really a handbook, but I explained gender in more technical terms, which I thought would be better appreciated by the Western mind. Both of these books are readily available from Amazon and Barnes & Nobles. I recommend that you get a copy of each and familiarize yourself with the principle of gender, which is being ignored in society today, and we are paying a price. Thank you.